Two of hip-hop's biggest names, two very different legacies, a feud burning for over 20 years, but now it's not just bars and diss tracks. It's a full-blown global reckoning. Tonight, we unpack why 50 Cent hates Diddy and why he turned that hate into a full Netflix documentary, The Reckoning. This is the story they don't want you to ignore. The rivalry between 50 Cent and Diddy isn't new. It's decades old, rooted in music politics, business clashes, personal distrust, and public slights. But in December 2025, the feud exploded, not with a diss track, but with a four-part documentary titled Sean Combs, The Reckoning, executive produced by 50 Cent. As the rap world watches, questions emerge. Is this about justice and accountability? Or is it the ultimate revenge? Let's dive in. The earliest sparks date back to the early 2000s, with business dealings, industry politics, and a deal gone south. One of the biggest flashpoints involved the rapper Mai. He was under contract with Diddy's label at the time. When Mai tried to sign with 50 Cent's label, the contract demanded an exorbitant payout. 50 Cent refused. The deal collapsed. The tension began. From then on, 50 publicly criticized what he saw as Diddy's misuse of influence, claiming Diddy often took credit for others' work and accused him of cheapening legacy acts for profit. Their rivalry even extended beyond music. The vodka wars between 50's F and Vodka and Diddy's Grok became symbolic of the deeper battle, not just for artistic credibility, but for brand dominance. The public element of the feud heated up in 2006, when 50 Cent released a diss track accusing Diddy of having knowledge about the 1997 murder of the notorious B.I.G. From then on, social media posts, interviews, brand jabs, and subliminal bars became part of a long-term campaign. For 50, it wasn't just a business rivalry. It was about credibility, legacy, and mistrust. Fast forward to 2024 and serious legal issues surfaced. Diddy faced sweeping allegations, trafficking, assault, and misconduct claims. His residences were raided by Homeland Security. For 50 Cent, this wasn't just another tabloid scandal. It validated years of suspicions. He decided the world needed full exposure, not just rumors, but documents, testimonies, and evidence. On December 2, 2025, the documentary The Reckoning premiered globally. It combined interviews, historical footage, legal documents, allegations, and personal testimonies, painting a grim picture of power, manipulation, and alleged abuse. From victims' accounts to internal footage from before Diddy's arrest, the docuseries aims to examine decades of alleged misconduct, not just through sensationalism, but through recorded evidence. Naturally, the response was explosive. Diddy publicly denounced the doc, calling it a shameful hit piece, claiming footage was unauthorized and old. The reaction has been polarizing. On one side, there are people who believe the documentary is overdue, a tough, necessary call-out on power abuse. On the other, there are those who see it as revenge disguised as journalism, pointing to the personal history between 50 and Diddy as bias. Social media exploded with memes, threads, and debates about accountability, fame, legacy, and whether one man's fight should define an entire culture. So what's really going on? This feud is more than music. It's about power and legacy in hip-hop, business interests and brand wars, past betrayals and perceived disrespect. And now the court of public opinion has joined. But it's important to remember, many allegations are still contested. Some cases ended with convictions. Others remain civil suits or are unresolved. The documentary presents a narrative, not necessarily a final legal judgment. The 50 Cent versus Diddy story has transformed from diss tracks to legal documents, from brand wars to streaming bombs. Whether you side with justice, skepticism, or curiosity, this moment forces us to ask, when fame meets power, who really holds the pen? Who writes history and who edits it? Drop a comment below. What do you believe? What needs more investigation? And if you want more deep dives into hip-hop's biggest rivalries, hit subscribe, because in hip-hop, the past never truly stays silent.